What is going on, everybody? It is me, the one and only Mikey Masker, and I'm back at it again, back with another video. This is actually going to be a discussion on the new Dragon Ball Super episode 66. So if you haven't gone and checked out that episode, I highly recommend that you go check out episode 66 of Dragon Ball Super, because there will be spoilers in this. And if you are still having a hard time trying to figure out how to actually watch Dragon Ball Super, then go check out my recent video I did on the Chocolate Majin Buu Funko Pop. And in that video, I actually tell you how you can get a 30-day free trial of Crunchyroll so that you can watch Dragon Ball Super and other anime, but mostly Dragon Ball Super. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this. And like I said, spoilers will be in this, so definitely be prepared. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is it was really good finally being able to see Vegito once again. You know, we got the fusion going on with the Potara earrings, and, you know, we got Vegito. And we also were able to get the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, which I thought was really awesome. I loved it. It was really great seeing that. It's finally explained why in the Buu saga, when Vegito was in Buu's stomach, why they unfused, why Goku and Vegeta unfused. You know, we never really got a solid answer on why. You know, everybody always had their thoughts on how come that happened to them, but finally on this episode we finally get an answer to why it happened, and it's because they are not descendants from Kaioshin. Because of them not being descendants from Kaioshin, they can only last an hour in the fusion. And they didn't even last an hour on this episode, because they had so much power and energy when they fused and being in the Super Saiyan Blue form that we don't even know how long they were actually in that fusion state, just that it was a lot shorter than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be an hour, maybe. I'm going to say that maybe it was probably like 10 minutes because of how strong they are, how much energy they put out. So, yeah, that was just a kind of a big surprise. Now, one thing I was happy about was seeing Trunks being the hero in this. It was one of the things that people talked about. They wanted to see Trunks have his moment where, you know, it's his future, it's his world, and he should be the one to get that final kill, and he does, which is really awesome. Very unexpected on how he was able to actually kill him, because the way that he killed Zamasu was, we kind of saw energy being sent to him from all the survivors in that world, and even Goku and Vegeta, they gave him some of their energy too, which formed a spirit bomb in the sky, and then was able to go into Trunks' sword, which kind of made it into like this crazy Final Fantasy long blade, which was really awesome. I thought that was really cool. And, you know, Trunks was actually able to kill Zamasu with it, because with Zamasu being fused with Goku Black, you know, you have an immortal person and a non-immortal person being fused, while one of them is actually kind of Super Saiyan while the other one's not. So it was a very strange thing. You know, it was kind of like a two-face thing going on with Zamasu. If you haven't seen the photos of him, one part of his face being purple and green. So another reason to go check out the episode if you haven't. So, now, for the last thing I want to talk about in this episode was the pacing. I feel like there was too much that happened in this episode that could have actually been drawn out, and we could have possibly even had a few more extra episodes in this arc. Now, we did see the fusion of Goku and Vegeta becoming Vegito. We saw them get unfused and then get attacked by Zamasu, which then Trunks came in with the save, and he was able to kill Zamasu. Now, I strongly believe that this could have been an extra maybe 2 or 3 episodes long. The pacing has been very inconsistent, and that's been one of the problems I've had with Super. Don't get me wrong, I love all of Super. It's been really great seeing all these episodes. But, you know, you're coming from Dragon Ball Z, which the pacing was never really quick at all. Everything lasted a good time, long time, and that made it really awesome because it made you hang on to each episode and want more. It drawed you into that. It was like that at the start of Super with the first two arcs, which were the Battle of Gods and the Resurrection arc. And when it came to the Universe Tournament and this Trunks arc, I feel like although this Trunks arc was a little bit longer than the other ones, it definitely was rushed, especially in this episode. Now, I understand the Universe Tournament one being rushed because, there's going to be another tournament with all of the universes in there, which could be something really big. That could be really awesome. And that I actually do, I understand why that one was kind of quicker than it was. But this arc, like I said, we could have had a couple more extra episodes, as in maybe, Goku and Vegeta during this episode, struggling to put on the earrings. Vegeta, not wanting to fuse again and, finally getting talked into it. And by the time he's finally ready to just say, okay, let's fuse, Zamasu goes in for the attack, and it's hard for them to, finally fuse. But by the end of the episode, boom, they get the earrings on, they fuse together. Then we get another episode, which is pretty much the fighting of Vegito and Zamasu. Vegito going Super Saiyan Blue on it, just whooping Zamasu bad. And then out of nowhere, mid-episode probably, he splits. The fusion wears off. It's not as long as it was supposed to be. It was not an hour long. The fusion was just way too short. And then they get brutally attacked by Zamasu, which by the end of that episode, Trunks comes in with the save. Episode ends. There you go. Then we have another episode where it's the fight between Trunks and Zamasu. All the people watching, them giving Trunks their energy, and Trunks being able to put it into his sword, which making that awesome kind of Final Fantasy blade, and killing Zamasu. Right there, we got an extra 2 episodes right there if they would have done something like that. That's just my opinion on what I would have loved to have seen. But we could have seen something much longer, and the pacing wouldn't have been so fast, and not all that could have happened in one episode. So that is like one of the problems that I had with this. But who knows? Maybe they're still going to continue a couple things with the preview for next week. It's pretty much the farewell Trunks. Hopefully this will lead into a really big, awesome arc that actually tops this Future Trunks arc. And, I'm really excited for it. You don't know what we're going to get. And, there's many things that could happen that we just don't know what will be our next arc. Now, before I go on, I did mention the Universe Tournament, how the reason why it was kind of maybe quick-paced was because they're going to lead up to a second Universe Tournament with all the universes in there. Now, don't actually go on by what I'm saying right there, because that is not like anywhere's true that that's even going to happen. It was mentioned in the Universe Tournament that there could be another tournament, but I'm not going to say that there is going to be one when we don't even have like a strong answer to if that is even going to be the next arc or an arc anytime soon. So as far as we know, we may never even get that. So don't go on and think that I'm saying we're going to get that when there's no proof. So hopefully we'll get something a little bit more in the next arc that happens. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this discussion on the Dragon Ball Super episode 66. Like I said, I liked the episode. I just felt like the pacing in this episode was just a little too much, and we could have had much more out of it if they would have just expanded it a little bit more for a few more episodes. So, I'm Mikey Masker. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate that y'all took the time out of the day to watch this video. It truly means a lot to me. It really does. If you can hit that like button, subscribe, that would be really awesome, and comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you thought about that episode of Super. Let me know if you actually think that this should have been drawn out a little bit more and that the pacing was just a little too quick for this episode. Let me know what you think of the next arc that's going to happen. I want to know what you think is going to happen in the next arc, because I'm very interested on hearing what y'all have to say. And let me know what you also think is going to happen in the future arcs too. So thank you all for watching. I'm Mikey Masker. I'm out of here. Peace.